if you were to ask me, I'd quickly and without giving much thought to it just say, they have been around since inception and they are going to remain till the very last. And who or what exactly am I referring to? I'm actually referring to commentators and spectators. And you see, in this life, you must grow some skin or else we quit even before making any real moves. Let's just face that. For in this life, the words of commentators, they sink deeper than puncture wounds, and spectators look on keener than the keenest eagles. With words more gaping, gashing, demotivating, and immobilizing, it's actually backbreaking and nerve-wrenching to push on, yet we must. Undeterred by all odds. There's always going to be voices and inputs being made in and to your life. Face that. But as a tardigrade survives and endures the most grueling conditions, so we must. We've been built to endure. You're not good enough, you're a waste, you'll always be a failure, you would amount to nothing, and soon enough you'll quit. That's what they say. Those are some of the most boisterous and unnerving things ever said by commentators and spectators. But let's face it, to some you would never be good enough, to some you would never be big enough, to some you would never be fast enough or even strong enough. But let that be of no significance to you. Endure and push through the rigors and get over the hurdles. The hurdles of this life being those who sits looking on keenly, that's spectators. And those who looks on and are most vocal, that's commentators. They sit and they just speak. They look into your life and they just speak. But be the protagonist or main character of your life and be a dominator of your destiny. Yes, there would always be those who would think that your path, your gifting, your purpose, it's infinitesimal. That it means they would think that it's so small, it to be nothing. They would also think that it's inconsequential, meaning it's of no value, purpose, and meaning. And they would also think that it's worth nothing. Whatever they think, whatever they see, you just don't think and see the same as they do. Hey, there's always going to be those who perceive that they can do you better than you. Yes, you've heard it. There's always going to be someone who thinks that they can live your life and live with your gifting and purpose better than you. Forget that. Yeah, the gashes from these are most unpleasant, and crippling, potentially crippling. It can just cripple you. It can just have you in a place where you're unable to move. And they can really sink and lodge deep. But through it all, we must go hard and dig deep. Stand firm, look up, and give it your best shot day by day. With every moment of every day, give it your all, friend. With every moment of every day, give it your all. Your commentators will always speak, so let them. Your spectators will always look on, so let them. And seeing that that's the case, give them something to look and speak about. Just don't give up. But if you relent and you dissolve, they can never then say, you yourself could never then say, he pushed on through, she pushed on through, I pushed on and gave it my everything, despite it being lamented. That's what they say. Don't worry, failure is fast approaching. You'll fail soon, you'll quit soon enough. Do you know who's left to stand after this all? You are, my friend, and I am. So then, go hard, go brave, don't look back, don't lose hope, don't lose heart. And most importantly, don't ever quit. There's not a single person who succeeded without turmoils, scars, gaping wounds, and even great setbacks. But at the end of every winding and uphill road, there's always satisfaction. Carry the weight, friend. Push, drive, do what you have been called to do. Your purpose has been resounding from the heavens, and it has touched the earth with your entrance. So before you leave an echo in the stars. You see those great actors, those scientists, those evangelists, those teachers, those doctors, those sportsmen? You name it, they've heard it, and they have all endured it. Don't let your commentators and spectators stop you from being the protagonist or champion of your predestined purpose. Smooth waters have never created skilled sailors. When times get hard, you go harder. When it's tough, you get tougher. Rise above like eagles, and from the ashes like a phoenix. Refuse to be the next person who lives and dies without accomplishing anything significant. That's your purpose. Remain committed. And commitment is doing everything you said you would do long after the feeling has worn out and grown cold. Yeah, the feeling of doing what you want to do is going to wear out at times. It's going to grow cold. But be committed. Be focused. Be steadfast. Don't focus on what your commentators and your spectators say. They are commentators, they are spectators, and they are protagonists or champions. Don't be a commentator or spectator, or don't listen to your commentators and spectators. But Be the protagonist or the main character. Be the one who dominates your goal. Be the one who dominates your life. Be the one who dominates your purpose. There's a gifting in your earthen vessel that the earth needs, and that's why the Creator has designed you to come forth here. It could have been anyone from those sperms, but it was you, it was me, it was your neighbor, it was those, and it is those who are standing here today. Your destiny awaits, and it isn't about how much you have or don't in your bank account. It's about how do you see and value yourself despite everyone may see and think differently, even the worst. Don't allow the insecurities or the insecurities of your spectators and commentators to take root in your mind. Be a champion, the champion of your dreams, the champion of your goals, the champion of your intentions, the champion of your destiny. If they have their insecurities, let them keep that to themselves, but don't let that be portrayed, or don't let that be protruded upon you. Don't accept that. Stop allowing the says and the sees to affect your do's and your done. Don't allow the says and sees to affect your do's and done. So do it and get the job done. Despite what they say and despite what they might see, that's inconsequential to you. That is of no purpose or meaning to you. You do and focus on the task which is ahead. You do what you have been called, created, and have been predestined to do. Don't allow your commentators and spectators to stop you from being the main character in your life, but also to stop you from accomplishing what you have been set here to do.